Hello, welcome to Ennara Reacts. Today I am continuing the Reacher series that I had recently started. Ex-military police guy goes to a small town and is embroiled in all kinds of trouble. So let's see if they can figure out what the heck's going on. See you soon. That's not a good sign.
Scared?
It's natural.
More likely pissed.
You know I was recruited by the FBI and Central Intelligence. Scored a 99th percentile in IQ, but only an 80% on the psych eval. You want to know why, you condescending asshole?
Wow.
Interpersonal skills?
I lack the ability to tolerate horse shit. You think I'm some poor, scared little girl? I'm not scared, I am pissed.
Pissed.
I think they are untouchable. You want a gun?
Mm-hmm.
Fine by me.
Well, okay then.
Greg gave this to me a couple years ago.
Not what you call a subtle weapon.
That's large gun.
So don't use it wrong.
I won't let anything happen to it. Your house isn't safe anymore. Pack your bags.
Why?
Are you kidding me? I just told you to be careful with that thing.
Never trust a weapon you haven't personally test fired.
Okay. I wonder what kind of caliber that is. Like I said, it looks like a large handgun.
You took him out drinking?
Whoever killed the Morrisons came after us last night. Broke into my house, carved a threat into my door. Who knows what they would have done if I'd been there alone.
They came into your house.
That's what she just said.
Victim's name is Pete Joplin, trucker.
Record's clean except for a 2018 arrest for a Jacksonville traffic violation that turned into a disorderly conduct.
Not the kind of firm that defends truck drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we don't need to see you again anytime soon.
It's a DC number.
Secret Service. Hi, Molly Beth.
Joe.
Not Joe. Their voices are that alike?
Pauls, I was so worried.
Miss Gordon, this is Jack Reacher, Joe's brother. Joe's dead.
No, you're wrong.
I'm not. He was murdered.
He was running a classified investigation. I just don't know the details. He was the director of the Office of Investigations. He ran our anti-counterfeiting department.
Counterfeiting.
Had there been reports of counterfeiting in the Margrave area?
Can we just talk about this another time, please?
Time is of the essence.
I can try to get his files for you.
Thank you. Seems whatever Joe was into, people were killed over it. We
Obviously.
don't want anything leading back to you. We need to keep this quiet.
I'm not sure. Can she even give those files out? Seems like that would be like classified or something.
Your counterfeiting guess was right, Reacher.
People kill over $20 in a wallet. Imagine what they do to protect a limitless supply.
You don't have to imagine we've been to the Morrisons' house.
Pretend to look for the ex-cons who killed the Morrisons.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Teal doesn't know we suspect them, so we play his game for now. I'm gonna pay a visit to that jail guard Spivey,
I'll come.
because it went so well the last time.
Yeah.
An assignment? I thought I was not by employment, appearance, or lifestyle choice a cop anymore.
Yeah.
Shows you how desperate I am.
Is he gonna be on the payroll now?
And promise me you won't end up in another holding cell.
No.
Can't wait till this is over and that guy's out of our town.
A cop is dead, and from what I've heard, we could have had another. You holding up all right? If someone wants to come after Margrave's finest, they better be ready for a fight. You keep me posted.
Yeah. Something sketchy about that guy.
My cousin Charlie's not picking up her phone. Paula either. The whole family's disappeared. Just wondering if you know something I don't.
Witness protection.
Focus on the ex-cons, like Teal said. Teal's boss now.
What about Finlay? Think you might know something here in Sharon?
Everybody in Margrave still treats him like the new guy.
This Reacher guy's running all over everybody like...
Reacher's not a bad guy. Seemed like maybe he was fishing for some information. Spivey lives in a dump.
Tanner Spivey.
He take a hike. Got nosy neighbors.
Mr. Spivey?
He is the police, you jackass!
There was no truck. I made up a story so you'd see me. Now get me your file on Pete Joplin.
Excuse me?
Really?
A client you represented for a traffic violation and disorderly conduct charge. His file. Get it?
On what authority?
Get out of my office.
No.
Who the hell do you think you are?
A pissed off drifter with nothing to lose.
I will ruin your life with one phone call.
I'll end your life with one phone.
Oh, well then.
Pull up Joblin's file.
Pretty sure that would be frowned upon.
Thank you.
And what's to stop him from pressing assault charges?
Don't bother trying to find out my real name. Cause any problems, you wish I finished strangling you.
So as military police, he might have been able to get away with some of those tactics, but he's back in the States now. I'm not sure how that can play out without repercussions.
Listen, man, you should have told us you were a cop.
You should have given him a chance to.
Hard to do with a boot in your mouth.
Thieves don't usually wear suits.
Jesus. Which one of you assholes did this?
Thought he was a burglar.
How many burglars you know wear suits?
Exactly.
Let it go. We have bigger fights.
You know cursing is a sign of a weak mind and a weaker character.
No, I've heard the opposite.
You hear from Reacher?
Meet him at Jolene's. Said he found something.
'Cause so did I.
That's right. He saw the call log a lot to someplace in Indiana. I'm not sure how much information that gives him, but
Cops or civilians?
The Southern hospitality.
not terribly hospitable. Ew. I wouldn't put that blood-soaked thing in my pocket.
I was embarrassed ordering that.
How do you eat like that and still look like you do?
Like this.
He stays active.
Roscoe says you found something.
Our dead trucker's employers. They were contracted to Kliner Industries. Kliner paid his legal fees.
Not Indiana Industries, Kliner Industries.
I searched Spivey's house. Looks like he left town.
So roads are leading to Kliner.
Okay.
The patron saint of Margrave.
Certainly has the financial resources to pull off something of this scale.
That would make sense.
Well, how does Hubble's bank fit into all this?
Laundering?
But I'm gonna break into Kliner's tonight and see if I can find something that connects in.
You can't just sit there and say you're gonna violate the Fourth Amendment while you eat okra.
Yes, I can.
You just did.
You wanna see me do it again? We're flying blind here, so somebody's gotta kick the hornet's nest. You get that busted nose filling out a warrant to search Spivey's house?
Yeah.
I had a reason to believe that Spivey could be in danger. Exigent circumstances are exceptions to the warrant requirement.
That's bullshit.
Maybe, but it's legal.
I won't break into Kliner's office. I'll walk in and talk to him. I'm coming.
Man, that powerful, someone's gotta keep a cool head.
But you can't play nice. I'm gonna do what Meemaw used to and make you sit on the ground and hold hands.
That might be fun to see.
Eat it or clean it up. Jolene's not your mama.
I'm taking those ribs to go. You hungry?
Rachel, what are you doing?
Feeding a dog.
Owner's been leaving him out, not giving him water.
This your dog, sir?
That was my uncle's. Died a few weeks ago. I didn't want the mutt, but now I got it.
Negligent care of an animal is a misdemeanor in Margrave.
Everything going on in this town, and you're worried about a dog.
Apparently.
Don't make me come back and cite you, sir.
You don't want the dog, give him up.
Here, come on.
Seems like a nice dog. Should be able to find a nice home. Somebody don't chain him up out in the yard.
There's a hell of a lot of animal feed back there.
It's a sow. They all have got cows. I'll do the talking.
I don't like talking.
Obviously.
A family of skilled marksmen.
How does he know they were all shot by family?
Tanner Spivey, Pete Jobling, also deceased. We're just looking for some clarification as to your relationship with these men, if you wouldn't mind.
And regarding Mr. Jobling, it behooves me to keep lawyers on retainer to get my drivers back on the road and keep the wheels of business literally in motion. And that's for Mr. Spivey. You said he called my company? Perhaps Mr. Spivey has a buddy on the loading docks?
They should be able to request a call log, right?
After all I've done for this town, after all I've invested into it, I'm a little insulted to be under suspicion. I know you've had some trouble settling in here, Captain. Maybe it's because you're a northerner, or maybe it's another reason.
Uh-huh.
You haven't exactly ingratiated yourself to the good folks of Margrave?
Through no fault of his own.
Some friendly advice? This evidence trail you're following? Leave it.
And that's just going to be make him more inclined to follow it.
You might think you're everybody's daddy in this town, but you're not mine. You don't tell me what leads to chase and how to chase them.
Exactly.
I may give you some friendly advice. Hinder this investigation in any way. I will put my fucking foot up your fucking ass until your heart fucking stops.
There you go.
You know, cursing is a sign of weak mind and weaker character.
Shut up.
Seriously, though, I think I've seen other research that states otherwise. So much for cooler heads.
You're not my daddy. Horatio Finley's my daddy. You did the right thing. Kliner's a bully.
Yeah?
Bullies need to know they can be punished too.
Yes, they do.
I don't care how scared or upset you get. Don't you dare let him see you cry.
Heard his bishop had his face bashed in with this.
What is it?
Joe, did you do this?
All signs indicate yes.
Oh, it was that magic 8-ball wannabe thing.
You need to pack a bag and bounce around motels outside Margrave for a while. Sim was chief of police and his balls are in his stomach now.
Lovely.
Motels, cash, fake names, travel light.
You mean live like you?
Kinda.
Used to it.
I don't know if I could ever get used to it. How would I ever take all my yarn?
What's he doing, packing his tweed pajamas? I don't know, it's more depressing, this or Morrison's place. You been here a year? Who's your decorator, this guy?
I've had time to furniture shop.
It is a bit dreary. Needs some brightening.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page because your punch to syllable ratio is about 1 to 1. Just because it looks like Kliner might be a part of all this does not mean you can just go take him out.
I'm gonna uncover this whole operation, then burn it to the ground.
You gotta get the roots.
Taking Kliner out's the last move. Do whatever you want, but Spivey's the answer. I get him to rat on whoever paid him to kill Hubble, we know everything. I'm finding him.
How?
I didn't meet him anyway. He picked the Blue Cat. Place he was comfortable.
Eh?
Maybe some of the other regulars know where he's hiding. We made instantly. You both reek a cop.
Roscoe, be safe.
Watch out. Keep being nice like that and you're gonna be making friends around here in no time.
Better to have friends than enemies, that's for sure.
Been with that Reacher guy a lot lately.
Not your business.
Did he tell you all about himself? Or is there not much talking going on? I wouldn't have to resort to this if you would ever go out with me.
Don't wanna. You.
5 years ago, the Kliners were outliers, now move.
Must have told you about Baghdad, right? About those civilians that he killed? Jack Reacher's a murderer.
If you don't let me into my truck right now, I'm gonna have you face down on the hood in handcuffs.
Maybe I'd like that.
Ew. Maybe you should leave him handcuffed somewhere nasty.
I'm looking out for you, Roscoe.
Sure. Uh-huh. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I still don't understand where the heck he got said information about Reacher's military past or whatever. The heck is he? Sounds like a party.
You!
It's kind of hard to do skeet shooting at night.
I'm busting up more clay in a Tuscan earthquake.
Remind me to never get on your bad side.
You know what helps clear your head? Shooting things.
Guns make me nervous.
Really? You're in the wrong line of work.
Transfer offices.
Well, it's a great place to work.
Oh, is he playing as a banker?
Account services. But truth be told, I started out wanting to work in currency management.
Okay, these are the banker people.
We had a guy handling that for us, but he picked up and left about a year ago, and we discontinued the department.
So this Hubble guy quit the bank a year ago.
Kind of a dick move, if you ask me.
So what's he been doing for the past year or whatever? 'Cause his wife and everybody else thought he was still working at the bank.
You're not from around here. That ma'am sounds way north of the Mason-Dixon.
Boston.
Oh, no.
That bad?
I'll stay if you promise not to bring up the Patriots.
Go ahead, 28-20. You kicked the
I
field
said
goal.
don't bring it up.
Technically think you brought it up first, but okay.
Cryptic is good.
Is it?
I work in law enforcement.
Wow. What you got to say?
Get the hell out of Dodge.
Why are you staying?
Because we're the only ones who want to make things right.
And my instincts tell me you're a nice guy. Maybe even a dark corner somewhere and see where the night takes us.
He's getting hit on.
I'm married, remember?
Me too.
Ah.
Well, his marriage is going well. He doesn't take his ring off for the world to see in a motel bar.
Now what's your excuse?
I'm flattered. And you're nice too.
Except for the whole cheating bit.
But I'm not your guy.
Can't blame a girl for trying.
You married. I can sure blame you.
Good luck, officer.
Not cool.
$2 bill. Public doesn't like them. Use some extra cash. Guilty as charged.
I like $2 bills. I got a bunch of them. My grandma used to work at a bank. And you can still get them now.
Spivey's a friend, and he don't need anyone asking about his business.
Boxer. You know the thing about boxing? Too many rules.
Oh! Holy crap.
Where's Spivey?
He left town with some Spanish guys.
Dang. Why'd he get out of his car with the door open? Where's he going? Gloves? That was weird. I don't understand what just happened there. Obviously, he knows he's being followed, but I don't understand the whole trek back into the restaurant for kitchen gloves.
Por ahí, que no puede ir muy lejos.
More South Americans? Do you know where you're going? Oh. Okay. He's behind you. Holy crap. What the heck? I mean, couldn't you have got some information out of him if you'd captured him alive? Oh, is that's
Hello, Spivey.
Spivey in the trunk.
Shit.
Okay. He was out looking for Spivey to get information from him. I mean, obviously you want to capture him alive to get said information. But couldn't you have also got some information from these South American, I don't know what you call them, thugs, hired hands, whatever? I mean, presumably there should be somebody around there that can speak Spanish or whatever at the police station or something. Translator. It seems to me you would have got a lot more information if you'd captured him alive. What was the point of the killing him? I mean, obviously incapacitate them, but why kill them? Because even though you're in the midst of an investigation, you yourself are not technically employed by the police department or any other identity at this moment. So I'm pretty sure that would still count as murder. And not even self-defense, because you shot him in the back. So I don't know how that's all gonna play out. And then if your cop friends, the ones that you're working with, sort of trying to help or whatever, catch on that you've murdered these guys in a similar sort of fashion to the previous murders, in that you were picking up your shell casings so as not to leave a trace, and you used the kitchen gloves, that's what you'd gone back for, so that you wouldn't leave any fingerprints, just like the people that were doing the other murders were wearing the latex gloves and whatnot to not leave any evidence. So I'm not sure if that's not going to come back to bite you, to incriminate you somehow. There's a lot of questions still left there. All right. On to the next one. So, A lot of stuff going on. He just murdered a couple of guys that had been following him, admittedly, but obviously dead men tell no tales and all that, so you can't get any information from them. So let's see if they can get any live witnesses or people to talk to that they can get information from. Wonder how long they had Spivey in the trunk. I mean, you can only leave a body for so many days before they start to smell. Breaking the cell phones. Camera equipment. That tobacco? You fit 3 people in a trunk? That's a tight squeeze. Oh my goodness. Ow. Wow. Okay.
Finlay. Any luck tracking down Spivey?
Dead end.
Literally.
Lying to his wife. Hasn't worked at the bank in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Driver called in a burnt-out vehicle a few hundred yards west of mile marker 97.
Now how you gonna dispose of the gloves? And you just put there was blood transfer, so you got bloody fingerprints on your phone now.
Time to stop for a snack, I see.
Worked up an appetite. It was on the way.
No thanks.
You're missing out.
Yeah, on heart disease. Roscoe told Teal the plates matched one of Morrison's old collars to throw him off the scent.
There are no plates.
We're in big car country. Could be stolen.
Would have been reported missing by now.
You would think. You should be able to check a VIN number or something, though, even if you don't have the license plate.
Runs darkest in the center, then spreads out.
Accelerant in the match. It's Roscoe.
Hey,
How'd she know to get to them there?
this Joe's car or what?
I think so.
Fire would have burned a lot of evidence.
Might be able to get a partial VIN.
We can send photos to forensics.
Old army trick.
That ketchup?
Acetic acid from ketchup. Salt for abrasion. Make a great metal cleaner.
Huh.
And you put that in your body.
Tastes good.
Yeah. I like some ketchup.
How'd it go with the blue cat?
South Americans got to Spivey before I did. Found him stashed in their trunk.
You told him you hit a dead end, not a dead body.
Tomato.
And I'm a good interrogator.
Not that good.
7 bodies since you set foot in my town.
They charged me, and they were armed.
I get it.
And the real number's 8. Hubble's dead, too. We just haven't found him yet.
You're either not talking or saying the exact thing to piss me off.
Where the hell are you going?
Get rid of those bodies.
They're evidence. We don't destroy evidence.
Won't they be able to tell that they didn't charge him? He was shot in the backs.
We need to keep him hidden until we find out who killed Joe.
I'll keep an eye on him.
His tactics are not necessarily all on the up and up.
Oh my God, his legs.
Yeah.
I did that after.
It's like Tetris.
Oh, it is like Tetris. Did you ever have that? I had a Monty Python version of Tetris, and the shapes were all bodies, and some of them wiggled, saying, "I'm not dead."
This isn't the movies. I had a chance to kill him, and I did.
What happened in Baghdad?
You've been talking to KJ.
He's been talking to me to know what kind of person I'm working with. So what happened in Baghdad, Reacher?
I was tracking an AWOL PFC. Group of boys, 10, 11 years old, played soccer in a bombed-out hangar every day. Whenever they'd see me, they'd wave. I waved back. Between insurgents and IEDs, I wanted to make sure they got home safe. 3 men from the village were abusing the boys.
Ugh.
I sent the kids away, but stayed to give the adults a choice. They could turn themselves into Iraqi police, or they'd answer to me.
They got what they deserved. Not cool messing with kids.
Kleiner's have money. Money buys access and information. You have a problem with me killing people who hurt children? Because I want to know the kind of person I'm working with.
No. I guess I don't.
Good. Now let's get to the airport and dump these bodies.
Why the airport?
Oh, fuck's sakes.
Guess those things don't truly lock in place. Why take that other car's plate? Is that the same bags of animal feed?
When I asked Mosley what kind of business Kliner was in, he said trucking, real estate, chemicals. You know what he didn't say? Agriculture. It was a hell of a lot of animal feed.
I still don't understand why she took that other car's plates.
Lots of Jags in the city, but only one with plates we'll recognize.
Are they using it to hide her car?
We need a room from floors 3 to 7 if you have it.
King or two queens?
2 queens.
Oh, okay then.
Put it under Officer Welty.
Where'd she get that name out of?
Where'd you get all that cash?
From our friends in the trunk. Apparently people get paid a lot to kill me.
Huh.
Eudora Welty. Fan of her writing?
Surprised you've heard of her.
I like short stories.
Was it an author? Okay.
What do you, moonlight for the Psychic Phone Network?
I can tell a lot about a person by their pseudonyms. I like Forgotten Vice Presidents and Yankee Second Baseman.
Oh, well, if I'd known that, I would have checked us in under Willie Randolph.
Oh, he's gonna fall for her, isn't he?
Early AM, too.
Sounds like a good plan.
What? Why? Toothpicks in the hinges?
What are you doing?
Buying time.
Does it prevent the door from opening?
What if the maid busts in?
She'd be a very strong maid.
Yeah. And they usually ask if you want room service, or at least announce themselves or something.
No one's got the wingspan to reach that window, not even you.
I know half a dozen sharpshooters that could take us out on the 15th floor. Don't sleep with your head where it's expected to be either.
Move that bed pretty easily.
My flight lands at ATL at 5 p.m.
Can't meet you there. Too many cameras at the airport.
Molly Beth, take the train to 5 Point Station. No real security there.
Joe told me so much about you.
You want to meet her just as much as she does you to talk about Joe. So, well, wait, just talk.
Because he's not a talker?
You two must have been close if you let him bore you with stories about me.
He'd go on about how smart you are. Maybe too smart for your own good, he'd say, and pain in his ass sometimes.
Sounds about right.
And that even though you were his little brother, he was the one who looked up to you.
Yeah, for me, it was the other way around. He was the only man I ever felt small next to. My brother was a very particular kind of person. He didn't take to people easily. So you must be special.
Sounds like a family trait.
I cared about him, too. I should get back to work.
Hopefully she doesn't end up dead transporting this information.
Good night.
You okay?
I'm fine.
You don't look fine.
Losing family's a special kind of pain. You're hurting. And you still tried to comfort Molly Beth. You're a good man.
I'm gonna shower. We didn't order room service and we don't need housekeeping. If anybody tries to come through that door, shoot them.
What if you do want some food? Hello.
Who's watching the door?
Really? The chair.
So, we might get some pushback from Joblin's wife. I'll talk.
Okay.
Is this gonna make it weird between them now?
So about last night, as far as I'm concerned, it changes nothing. I've got a job to do.
Okay.
Okay.
We'd like to talk to you about Pete.
I guess it's okay to come inside. Pete's back in the kitchen.
I thought he was dead.
Some police officers say they need to speak with you, Pete.
You're Pete, Senior.
You're looking for our son.
Ah.
Is Petey okay?
Well, he's fine.
Really?
This happens sometimes, you know. People getting my Pete's confused. Here's his address.
Why'd you lie?
It would have gotten emotional. We don't have the time.
Thought maybe after Charlie Hubble and Molly Beth, you needed a breather from Breaking Bad News.
That too. So I guess the identity of Pete Jr., the trucker that was found dead, had not been released yet if they were unaware that he's gone. I wonder how long you can suppress that kind of information.
Don't bother. This will be brief.
Okay.
Word's going around town you've been harassing Mr. Kliner. He says you threatened to put a part of your anatomy up into a part of his anatomy. Something about your foot and his ass.
Maybe.
Kliner is one of Margrave's most important citizens, and as such, we treat him and his family with due respect. He suggested I consider removing you from your job, which is ironic. His donations to our force allowed us to match your bloated New England salary demands when we hired you. Find who killed our brother in arms. And maybe we can see if that inflated paycheck of yours can be pumped up a little bit more.
Like a bribe?
And this last bit, I'm gonna spell out for you like we're in kindergarten. You're not to do a single goddamn thing on this matter without my approval first. Stick or carrot?
Mm-hmm.
Finlay, father's on the line, says it's urgent. Do I have your permission to take this call?
Don't fuck with me.
You're frickin' with him.
Hey, Pops.
Hey, I got that recipe you asked about. But I can't read some of the ingredients. I'd prefer to just give you a copy. 2S, 3W from my place in an hour. They're doing okay. That's what I like to hear.
Is someone coming to relieve you?
We can't let any more people into the fold.
Stay put. Nobody knows you're there.
No one knows you're here.
Hopefully.
I'm not supposed to do this, but... Do you know how to use this?
My father took me to the range.
Is that allowed?
Hesitation will get you killed.
Didn't think he'd be allowed to give up his sidearm to her like that.
Regarding your husband.
He's dead, isn't he?
Well, that's blunt.
Yes, he is. I'm so sorry for your loss.
I'm not.
Okay, then.
That's not the reaction that we were expecting, Mrs. Jobling.
Miller. I didn't take his name.
Why don't you care that your husband's dead?
Well, it's not that I don't care. I'm just not sorry. You know any other truck drivers with a place like this who can pay off their parents' mortgage?
Yeah, that seems sketchy.
You ever say anything?
When I want to.
Yeah, he was stealing from his company, from Kliner. Now, he never admitted this, but with the money he was pulling in, something tells me not all those AC units were getting where they were supposed to go.
So if you have anything to share it now. The night Pete was killed, you had no idea who he was going to meet?
No. At first, I'd ask, and that just led to more fighting.
That way you didn't report him missing?
That, and I just stopped giving a shit. Can bury his ass in Potter's Field for all I care.
Potter's Field? The only time I heard of that was from It's a Wonderful Life.
2S3W. Got it. On our way.
How could more people have not found it fishy that a guy that was a trucker was able to afford a place like that?
Jobling would have to move more ACs than General Electric to afford those two houses.
Only thing he cared about moving was fake cash for Kliner.
Molly Beth said your brother shut down counterfeiting on U.S. soil.
Bills are produced in South America by whoever employed the guys we left in long-term parking.
What's with the boxes?
The Jobling drives down with real air conditioners to keep up appearances, fills the empty boxes with phony cash, takes up distribution, but not before he skims them off the top for himself.
Here he comes.
Count to 4, then follow.
Are there surveillance cameras on streets like that?
She can handle herself for a couple hours.
Where'd you get on the VIN?
Registered to a Chevy Equinox, owned by a car rental company. Then the plates get pinged at a motel 40 miles outside Margrave. Both car and motel are under the name Ron Hassey.
That's Joe. He used the names of Yankees backup catchers.
He might have left something important behind.
Kept meticulous records. Lots of notes.
Do me a favor, guys. Hurry up and close this thing out.
How long did he pay up for at the hotel?
How come you're asking?
We need to see if he left behind some personal items.
It picked up about 20 minutes ago.
By who?
Who?
Ron Hassey. About medium height, foreign, maybe Hispanic or something.
How do you not recognize the guy that checked in?
That briefcase is as good as gone.
His briefcase doesn't matter. Knew someone might come after him, so we'd put him where they wouldn't look. Keep the briefcase, dump the garment bag. Okay, Joe. See if you're as smart as I think you are.
Pocket?
No way.
Corner's torn off. Oh, shit. What's a punch list?
soon as I fire, we run in opposite directions.
It's one paper, not papers. Hardly look like a cliff note, even.
Son of a bitch.
He went a different way? I thought he was supposed to lead him to her so she could incapacitate him. Now they're incapacitated now. Oh.
Mateo!
Oh, crap. He's got size on that guy.
You just killed my cousin. Now I'm gonna pinch your skull all over the place.
Oh, she caught up with you.
Thanks.
I don't need you looking out for me. I'm a fucking cop, not some girl who needs your protection.
Clearly.
Nothing. What the hell were you thinking?
I was thinking when Joe died, there was almost no one left in the world I cared about. And that felt bad. And then I met you, and I felt better.
Okay. He does not process feelings well. So now, what? You got 2 more bodies to hide? And did you pick up the casings from those shots? I mean, I don't know if the gun she gave him is how that one's registered, but I imagine she was using her police revolver, which is definitely going to be on record. And that's not suspicious at all. You're riding around in a car full of bullet holes.
You find anything?
Yeah, and then a couple guys found us.
More bodies.
Yep.
You know what? I want to know how the hell those guys got to the motel before we did.
Yeah.
Stevenson took the call from Picard and forwarded it to the main line. He could have listened in. Picard's called me at the station a few times over the past year. Stevenson could have known his voice.
When I found Spivey in the trunk of that car, there was surveillance gear.
I can't believe Stevenson's dirty. But I guess he was asking a lot of questions. God, that sneaky piece of shit. I guess he found out Joe's fake name.
How?
All right, we need to go through what you found, but not over the phone.
It's good we were careful around Stevenson.
Were you?
You still mad at me? I know you don't need protection, but I went with my instinct, just like I was taught.
Your boy pummeled a brigadier general's son.
My boys were only standing up for Billy Dossett.
His dad's thinking about his career, as should you, Stan.
Over his kid?
And your kid smashed another kid's face in. But Bishop's gonna take it out on Stan any way he can. He's gonna find some reason to bust you down already, cut your pay, transfer you out of Okinawa to some shit assignment in Germany.
What's wrong with being stationed in Germany?
But Bishop's a vindictive SOB, always has been. I torpedoed my whole career.
You were standing up for a kid. You did what's right.
It's not fair that you get in trouble.
That's right. You should have thought of that before you did what you did.
Now stay out of it.
I'm not sure how he could possibly fix it anyway.
E unum pluribus.
Oh, that's the corner of the paper.
Pluribus unum. It's backwards. Do you think that's just a mistake?
Joe never did anything by mistake.
Code.
Let's run a search on these numbers, see who they belong to.
Or we could call them.
Or we can do that.
Probably faster.
United States Environmental Protection Agency.
Environmental protection.
WB is William Bryan. Conference in Europe, due back in 3 days.
SC is Professor Stephanie Castillo, also at the European Conference, also back in 3 days.
Memphis office of the EPA.
What the hell does any of this have to do with counterfeiting?
What the hell does Hubble's number being in my brother's shoe have to do with it?
You gotta give the last one a rest.
It was a hell of a lot of animal feed.
Still suspicious, whatever it's about.
I know a PI who can help.
Someone we can trust.
Trusted her with my life on countless occasions. Hello, Neely. How'd you know it was me?
Only person with my private number other than my dad.
Somebody he was in the service with?
My brother was working for Secret Service. He was looking into counterfeiting in Georgia. Last week he got too close to the truth. Someone killed him for it.
Shit. You okay?
My brother was killed, not me.
My mistake. Forgot who I was talking to.
Joe's notes had the number to the Memphis EPA office next to the initials, JW.
I'm on it. If you want to talk.
We just did.
You're an emotional dumpster fire. You know that?
Yeah.
Goodbye, Neely.
She always talk to you like that?
No, sometimes she speaks her mind.
That was her not speaking her mind?
I'll drive. Hope you like 38 special.
You're serious?
38 special? Why would he hope she liked 38 special? Isn't that a type of revolver or something?
So we should get there between 1 and 6 minutes before she does, depending on traffic.
Very detailed.
We don't know what she looks like.
She knows what Joe looks like.
And
And I look like Joe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Blues guy, Reacher, but come on. You gotta feel this.
No.
Why not? Okay. So irritate him more.
She'll either be on the gold or red northbound train. They arrive on different platforms.
She wants to meet us at the top of the escalator.
Where is she?
No one misses me when they walk by.
He is a big dude. Something happened to her.
Something's wrong.
There's a lot of people around. How could something have happened to her? Isn't that the briefcase? Empty. Witnesses? I mean, there's a bunch of people. Not good. I was afraid that was gonna happen.
Joe.
Crap. Well, dang it. I was afraid something like that was gonna happen as soon as they said she was personally bringing the information. I said, I hope nothing happens to her on the way. Nope. But then how or who knew she was gonna be there? Because they'd been talking to her themselves. They hadn't had anybody take any messages. Nobody answered the phone or transferred it when they were talking to her. How did anybody know she was going to be there? Or what she was going to be carrying? And I don't even know how they figured out the meeting with the Fed guy earlier either, because he used sort of a code. He said Southwest or whatever it was, so many blocks from his office, in which case, if you hadn't known who he was, you wouldn't have been able to say what the location was going to be. And he said when he called in and talked to that other guy, he said he was the inspector's father, so he didn't use his own identity. So I don't know how they figured out that whole thing either. Or where the brothers' hotel was. There's a lot of questions I don't understand. No answers, just more questions. Alrighty, well, if you have any recommendations for other shows or movies or whatever to watch, drop it in the comments. And thanks for watching with me. Remember to hit like and subscribe. See you next time.